Take a listen. In that same their court, apart from you obedient and the rest, okay, there are other dramas taking place in those courts. The Nigeria Tribunal, Presidential Tribunal, said all of the evidence of fake certificates, forgery and perjury against Ifnumbu, they are pre-election matter. It no concern them. Even though the law says anybody will forge certificate to run for office, now 10 years in jail. But they said, well, even at that, they cannot use the evidence. Somebody submitted a fake certificate from a university in Chicago to INEC, and evidence is there. They said, no, we can't use it because you didn't submit the evidence in time, which is also a lie. Now, that same rotten system, Baba, is where, in fact, I have a video. I'll show you that one first before I continue, because I will forget.
One of our main resources is oil. We're the largest oil refinery in the world. So we buy oil from Nigeria and we refine them and we sell it back to Nigeria. Yeah. So you know that's basically what we do. So we are one of the largest oil refinery in the world. Right? Because we have no natural resources whatsoever. You know, if somebody tells us, you know, we even buy our water. We buy water from Malaysia. We buy crude water from Malaysia. We desalinate them, we purify it, and we sell it back to Malaysia. Don't judge us. We need to make some money somehow. So you know, our car, all our cars have a lifespan of 10 years. After that, we either scrap it or we resell it. We sell it to places like Indonesia, Ghana, we sell it to Nigeria, and all this. So these are the people that will come and buy our 10-year car. What they do is they modify it. You drive on the left hand, right? Right, so but ours is on the right hand. So they purchase this 10-year car, right? With a lifespan of 10 years. They buy this car and they modify it and they sell it super expensive in your country.
To Nigerians. So inside that same their court that said if you forge a certificate, you go to jail. So the tribunal said it's pre-election. But in other places, especially in Imo State, the tribunal this same nomination, there's actually a part of nomination where they said double nomination for shitty man. The tribunal, presidential tribunal said it wasn't intentional. Maybe he forgot. Okay. So because of that, it's not against the law per se. It's just a discretionary issue. In other places, then they remove people who forged certificates. Tribunal is removing them. Those who forged, what do you call it? Yeah, certificate per se, removing them. And those who got nominated wrongly, removed. Or there is something in Imo State, that one is different. You know Ikenga, the Ikenga of Imo, that guy that is always exposing Hopeless Uzodigba or Uzodijo. You remember Ikenga, right? He's a PDP guy. The tribunal removed him because of his nomination, whatever process. All right? A supposed pre-election, like Tifnumbu's case. So they removed him and they now said they should do a rerun. He's the one who won election. Oh. They said they should do a rerun. In that rerun, PDP must not field the candidates. They don't want PDP to have candidates. Only Labour Party, APC. Only. About the guys scream, inside that same judiciary, ridiculous judgments that come from them that will tell you, once you lost your courts, you have lost your country. Go and read about it. Because if the country is going mad, if the rulers or operators of of the country, if they are running mad, it is always there for the judiciary to checkmate them. One single judgment, the entire country can queue behind them. One single judgment, the entire country can go against them. But it's not always in the case of Nigeria. A rotten system is just going to be a rant, a cry for help. like Ikenga. Listen to this, so you can feel it in his voice. Nigerian judiciary don't do that thing. And so you're shaking your phone, you can't run a country like this. No way.
The Imo of today have acquired a tag of a breeding ground for activities undermining democracy, electoral process, rule of law, and even daily waste of human life. People are being killed left, right, and center, and the organs harvested. Since Uzodinma, that was never elected, took fake papers and misled the Supreme Court to being declared a winner from fourth position, all men of low electoral moral have constructed all sorts of evil or the other in Imo State. Elections are now being held without beavers. Beavers are now being bypassed. That will be subject for another discussion of how people can upload fake accreditation into the beavers machine. And that's why he thinks they can repeat this in Idato. It will not happen. Many people are losing the election at that tribunal because they won the election and somebody went and uploaded fake accreditation to back up fake written figures. And that is why Ikenga must be killed to silence me. You cannot silence me. They feel if they can get away with the Supreme Court magic, they can get away with using pre-election business grant to steal our mandate. No way. Let me remind you all, we won the primary landslide. They challenged us and we won them, even when they did not participate even in our primary. And they still came back on the same matter. In that election, I was not in Imo State. My people stood and we won the election. And I want Nigerians to know, the man he sent to court to challenge me won only one polling unit. Out of 346 polling units, 346 polling units, he won one polling unit. Not even Uzodinma's wife could win her own polling unit. In absence, my people defeated them and we had victory. And you come third, and then you go to tribunal because it had been tried in Supreme Court where he took fake result sheets, which could the Supreme Court moving from fourth position to first position. Now he thinks that they can come from third position and look at the impeccable victory of my people, that he could only get one polling unit with his party, and then you torpedo it with a pre-election grant of primary election, venue primary, that the court has defined clearly is a pre-election issues that you don't have locus. Not talk about the fact that you are from another party. And they have challenged it in different courts. We have won all of them, even up to Supreme Court. And then Justice Akpovi this afternoon said the mandate given to us by our people have been invalidated. The man he propped up to court and have been boasting that even if he means spending 1 month allocation, he will spend to make sure I am not declared a lawmaker. I was not defined by the House of Representatives. I have been a corrupted soldier for my people. I've gone through think and means, even with blood spilled by state agents in front of our house who have remained undaunted. This cannot define me. But the commitment I have with God as the messenger of the people, I will continue to roar high, and nothing can stop that. One polling unit. That is what they want. One polling unit. And you want to torpedo the supreme victory of our people. One polling unit.
Tiagasa, they tiagasa. He fell. He fainted. He passed out. He passed out. 70 years old man. But when their people came,
nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
Yay! Ikenga, the fighter. So is so kind of Nigeria don't happen to. It's not the first time, so it's going to fight them and all of that. But it's going to be in your court. Yeah, it's going to be in your court, and you're going to sit down there and be like, "Oh my God, did that just actually happen?" Because it is Nigeria. So all of you are probably telling yourselves, we should go and get ready and mobilize for 2027. 2027, we go and can you cut? Wow. You don't understand? You can actually have your 2027 or even 2030 election, whatever you want to have, in a renegotiated Nigeria that everybody actually clearly agrees to still remain there. And let's ask ourselves, like, do you want to be in Nigeria? Yes or no? No. You, yes or no? Yes. Okay, 1-1. Yes or no? No, 2-1. Like that. We can do that. than for these people to say it's not negotiable. They just dump that on everybody, including the drug baron. Of course, FBI said, FBI, DEA, CIA, what else again? IRS. What do you have in America again? NRC, CRP. All of them are now saying that they will release the document on Tifnumbu. A lot of you who have seen the news have been like, okay, yeah, release. Wait till they won't release where you never know. You know what I sense? I have sensed that they want to whitewash Tifnumbu from America because they know how obsessed a lot of you are with the America validation, British validation. I am happy. Those things are kind of wearing off now. Like a lot of people don't give a damn anymore. But millions of Nigerians still need that. You cannot go to America. I mean, American government knows that this is a clinical, but they do. But the same American government can actually like whitewash him, release whatever they want to release to make you, whatever they want you to know. They just release that and say, oh yeah, all the information, you begin to, So Tifnumbu is like this. I didn't know that. Oh, on the 20th of September, which is going to be like next week, they have already booked him to come to the New York and come and ring the NASDAQ bell. You know that bell that they ring inside the New York exchange, Krong, 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 krong. They are bringing him there. FBI, DEA, SIA, and the rest of the CIA, they are now saying they will release 2,500 documents of Tifnumbu next month. Once they release them, I go bring them here, I can show you. Sure you get. But I also smell whitewashing. You know they're useful now anywhere. Even if you get any evidence, say, Tifnumbu, he did this, so and you snap and record the video, where you want to take him? Nigeria court? Nigeria court, you won't go stand as a witness. I go tell you, say, no. You know, we don't need you. They don't write your name, right? What to be your name? My name is Alhaji Sumbaku. Sumbaku. Yes, my lord, Alhaji Sumbaku. How come they wrote Sambaku? Oh, that one is error. Please, my lord, change it to Sumbaku. Say no. You cannot testify. It's like this witness is no longer valid. You are not useful. In Nigeria court, it's called technicality. But some people are saying for the posterity's sake, so that our children, they will not be seeing Tifnumbu's photo and they will be singing and our heroes pass. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. The labor of your heroes past is to mortgage our future. We have come to know that. If you are still a young man, a young woman, and you are singing and our heroes past shall never be in vain. That in vain, the selfishness of your heroes past is that they are dead, but their manhood are still living. Just like Patience Jonathan said. He said, Ojukwu is dead, but his manhood is still living, which means Ojukwu's children are still living. Remember? So the truth is that a lot of your own parents, our parents, they served these criminals. As our parents are aging and dying, some of us are already growing, maturing, and getting ready. Not just to serve these criminals, including their children. My papa, my mama, lived under these lunatics, under these criminals, hoping that Nigeria will be better, until they passed. Myself, don't they get children now? Do you want me to lie to my children too? So I don't want them to wake up one day and see Tifnumbu's photo and be singing our heroes pass. Ana labor for heroes pass. Because the labor of your heroes pass is to loot you, mortgage our future, and then at least tag them abroad. They only come to Nigeria as a graveyard to come and get buried. So that is why we need to put that record straight. If they release them, I go bring them here for all of us to discuss and see. I say, yeah, so Tifnumbu is for example, I never knew that Tifnumbu was a Megida, and I didn't know that Tifnumbu was a teacher. I probably knew Tifnubu as a narcotic accountant. That one is evidence and sort of established. And not in Nigerian court, because Nigerian court says it's over 30 years, so it's not useful now. Use another thing. What about the forgery? The forgery is the forgery. Kiloshe, what happened to the forgery? No, a forgery certificate. Shut up your mouth. Go, get evidence. So where are you going to take it to? You might sit down and count your own evidence about what you think about. They work that way, unfortunately. Now, going forward, this one is an extra because I'm thinking I should take calls. Maybe I should take one or two. Okay, I'll take calls, okay? It was, few days ago, okay? I saw pictures, and they said Soludol and Soludombu of Anambra. So they said he's building the Julius Baja style of roundabout. Soludombu has been in government now for about 2 years, okay, Abi? The former central bank governor of Nigeria, a supposed economist. He promised them in Anambra, right, that he was going to turn Anambra to Japan of Nigeria. Anambra, Japan. That was the dream. In fact, it was actually a campaign slogan in Anambra for Soludombu until this image started popping out. They said they are doing Oka Road to Abinko, and because of traffic, so Soludombu is now building roundabout. Ewa ewon were iru roundabout were bi ojubo isu like la logri oko nile orita. When they say the issue have his own house at the center of the road, where the 3 footpaths meet. Waiting be this. Professor of economics, former central bank governor, a governor of a state. Kilon Shele. Apart from the fact that Agberos and the rest of them are quite more audacious and more deadlier than you will find even in Lagos. You won't believe it too. If you see the Agbero in Anambra, now war. And this Soludombu, unfortunately, is actually as dumb as as you can imagine. About roundabout to Shiwelele now, She Omagbe Bolo Beni Abi Omagbe Kini Lobe.
Our eco governor. I construct to roundabout Julius Berger standard. In Anyafo, Colon Aganiru, concrete mix larger behind. Portugal Ebony. Roundabout. Yes, we are there. Julius Berger standard roundabout. Julius Berger standard roundabout. Oka Road. Julius Berger standard roundabout. Oka Road. Julius Berger standard roundabout. Julius Berger standard roundabout.
So I shared that on Mayegun's diary political earlier, and guess what? Now so some what do you call it? Some honorable mumus, the ombudsman slaves of Nigeria, came to advise me. Sorry, General. That one was talking to me. Said, sorry, Mayegun, the people who send you this video, they send you a wrong video. It's a lie. It's not true. I was like, Kilonshe Wiri. Mayegun, this is not the real Kiniko. It's an ongoing work. Ongoing work kill you there. You demand ini. Which kind of ongoing work be this? Roundabout, you are building a flower vase in your compound. Even take a look at the road. You roundabout worry. Anyway, I won't dwell much on that because in Koti Darugon Iluti Bajel, you may not understand Yoruba, right? A young man killed his own father. Because things are very tough. Very, very tough. And to hit is very hard. In Ibadan, he went on to kill his father for money ritual. Last, be like 950,000 naira, the money ritual provided or produced. The papa died. 150,000 naira finished. He is even wretched, poorer than when they're killing papa. Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba, I'll come back and tell you. Don't go anywhere yet.
Adéwálé ni mo jẹ́.
Rídùn Adéwálé.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ọmọ ìlú wo ni?
Ọmọ Ìbàdàn ni mí.
Ọmọ Ìbàdàn ni ẹ́?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ní àdúgbò wo Ìbàdàn?
Ní Ìyànà Church.
Ìyànà Church àbí?
South.
Ní?
Ní Ìyànà Church.
Ní Ìyànà Church. Ìlú wo ló ń gbé tẹ́lẹ̀ kó tó di pé ó dé Ìbàdàn?
Ọ̀ṣọ́kó ni mo gbé ní ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn òbí mi.
Lọ́dọ̀ àwọn òbí ẹ̀?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, kó tó di pé mo kó mi bẹ̀. Mo wá sí Ìbàdàn wá kọ́ iṣẹ́.
Ládùúgbò wo ní Ọ̀ṣọ́kó?
Òkè Odò ní àdúgbò wa ní Ọ̀ṣọ́kó yẹn.
Ládùúgbò yẹn lọ́ṣọ̀kó?
Òkè Odò níbẹ̀.
Kí ni nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ kó tó di pé ó padà dé?
Níbi àìríjẹ ibi gangan báyẹn ni mo fi wò pé mo fi gbà lérò pé bóyá tí máa gbé gbọ̀nà yẹn pé bóyá yóò yà.
Ìwọ ti tó ọmọ ọdún mélòó báyìí?
Ọmọ 20 ọdún ni mí.
Ọmọ 20 years?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ní ẹ lọ́dún yìí báyìí?
Ní mi lọ́dún yìí báyìí.
Ó lágbára. Kí ni tó wá rí tó fi jẹ́ pé ìjọ tó pa wọ́n yẹn, kí ni àwọn nǹkan tó lò tó fi pa wọ́n?
Nǹkan tí mo lò ní okùn àti ọ̀bẹ tí mo fi rẹ́.
Tó fi rẹ́ wọn. Kí ló rẹ́ lára wọn jọ yẹn?
Okùn àti ẹpọ̀n ni mo rẹ́.
Ta ló lọ fún?
Babaláwo tí wọ́n sì rẹ́.
Tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ fún ẹ. Ìjẹ́ wọ́n ṣe iṣẹ́ ògùn owó yẹn fún ẹ?
Ìgbà tí mo fún wọn wọ́n ní kí n padà wá gbà ni. Ìgbà tí mo sì padà lọ gbà.
Ṣó padà lọ?
Mo padà lọ gbà.
Kí ló lọ gbà ń bẹ̀ ń jọ yẹn?
Ọṣẹ ni wọ́n gbé fún mi.
Ọṣẹ?
Ọṣẹ ni wọ́n gbé fún mi.
Ọṣẹ lásán?
Ọṣẹ.
Wọ́n pé kó lọ máa wẹ̀?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Táìmù wọn ló máa wẹ̀?
Òru. Bí ọwọ́ aago kan.
Bí ọwọ́ aago kan. Nígbà tó wá wẹ ọṣẹ yìí, kí ni àwọn àpẹẹrẹ tó rí? Àti pé ṣó ti lówó báyìí?
Bí mo ṣe rí àwọn nǹkan tí mo rí lẹ́yìn ìgbà yẹn tí àwọn àmì ara sọ mí gbọ̀ngbọ̀n gbòròrò àmì ara sọ mí.
Nígbà àmì ara sọ yẹn, ìjẹ́ owó dé?
Mo wá rí pé bí owó ń balẹ̀ síbì kan àwọn ibi tó wà yẹn gangan tó ń balẹ̀ sí yẹn gangan ní ìtìmọ̀ wọ́n sì sọ pé màá padà mọ́ bẹ̀.
Wọ́n ló padà mọ́ bẹ̀.
Ní padà mọ́ bẹ̀.
Àmọ́ nígbà tí owó kan dé ọwọ́ tiẹ̀, àwọn owó wo èló ni àwọn owó tó dé ọwọ́ ẹ̀ létà?
Àwọn change bíi 50,000.
50,000.
100,000.
100,000.
Àwọn owó bàbá náà ni.
Kí ló fà àwọn owó yẹn ṣe nígbà yẹn?
A ná fún ọ̀rẹ́, a sì fi jẹun sí gbogbo ẹ̀.
Ẹ fi jẹun? Ǹjẹ́ o ná fáwọn àbúrò rẹ àwọn?
Ìyẹn náà ni mò ń sọ, a fi gbéra wa, a fi jẹun díẹ̀.
Ẹ fi gbéra yẹn?
Owó change yẹn lọ.
Kó tó di pé change yẹn tún lọ. Nísìnyí báyìí kò sówó kankan lọ́wọ́ ẹ mọ́ báyìí? Kò sówó. Kí ni àmọ̀ràn tó lè fún àwọn ará yòókù ẹ tí wọ́n ń sáré kiri lọ́mọ 20 ọdún báyìí àbí jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ?
Mo gbà wọ́n lámọ̀ràn ká má wo ìwà tèmi bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe ká má wò ká má fi so wo ìwà tiwọn torí ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ìlà wáyé bá a ṣe wáyé nǹkan la máa sì rí. Mo gbà wọ́n nímọ̀ràn pé kán dúró de àsìkò tiwọn.
As mentioned in the earlier part, this court has consolidated with 5 paragraph 50, the first schedule to the electoral act. This ground.
It is called Oroburuku and Laugh. So the first part is that that young man is 20-year-old boy. Yeah? He killed his father because of poverty. That they, couldn't feed, they couldn't eat good meal and all that. So he now approached somebody that would do a money ritual for him. Okay, so that money ritual required that he had to kill his father, cut his penis. Okay, he cut his father's bula, and then took it to that man. When he took it to the babalawo, the herbalist, Abina, the babalawo. So they told him to come back. Now, when he went back, they gave him soap, a prepared black soap. And they told him to be kind of taking a bath with that soap in the middle of the night. So the guy, the interviewing him asked that, okay, what happened when you took your first bath? He said he saw a sign, his body kind of shake, all right? And he started seeing vision. That money is being dropped somewhere, but he didn't know where. Do you understand? Like, he knows that they are dropping money for him somewhere. Like, he could see them dropping the money, bag of money, but he just have no idea where. But for the few ones he's managed to lay his hands on, like 50,000 naira, 100,000 naira, they've used that one to eat. He killed his father. And they said, why? And he was like, I thought maybe we could use that to get out of poverty, kind of. Like we could use that and get out of poverty. So he snuffed our life out of his own father. Committed a murder. And is probably having a mental problem as well. You know, that somebody is talking nice and is cool like that, or is like confessing, doesn't really mean that they are normal. Also, that young man may not even kill his father. He may not cut off anything. He may just be one of those who have already lost it, even though he's very young. I was talking to somebody today at the salon, and it was like a random general conversation, okay? Like, you know, man, when we were growing up, you could like eat anywhere, everywhere, especially people you know on your street and all that, right? That it takes a community to raise a child, which is really, really something that we practicalized when I was growing up myself. I don't know what it is today. Like everybody seems to be minding their business today. There's so much decadence. There's so much loss in that, in Nigerian society today that you can trace that to the fact that it is no longer the good old days anymore, where people actually pay attention to children, other people's children, because they treat them as theirs for the community and all that. So I said, the level of hunger, I think also I said that as well at the Yoruba Union meeting yesterday when I told them, I said, there are two types of hunger, okay? There is hunger for food, and you can say, oh my God, I'm so hungry now. I need to go and eat something. And there is also another hunger, which is the hunger that is kind of permanent, okay? They feel hungry, but they don't have any means of saying, oh, I am hungry because I want to eat. No, they've been like that because there's nothing to really eat. They eat when they see, and if they don't, they pretended to be existing. And you can see how emaciated they have become. People like that, okay? But that kind of hunger is the one that can always kind of give you this glory. Have you ever been so hungry that you have blood, sort of a blood vision? Like you are so hungry, right? You are hungry. You have not been able to go and eat, right? Then you decided to stand up and move or do something. Then you feel this sort of a blurriness, right? Sort of blurry view or dizziness. And you'll be like, oh, it's like blood rushed to my head. You know that one that you'll be like blood rushed to your head and it gave you that dizziness, And then you settle down after a few seconds and all that. Imagine if you have to experience that dizziness, that bloodness, that blank out, experience it for like a day. That, oh God, yeah, oh God, yeah, like, and then you go to a stage that you can no longer say, yeah, I'm hungry, oh, you are just there and there, So what's happened, Baba? He said, I'm all right. I'm all right. Do you have water? Say, do you want water? Yeah, just anything to drink. Okay, take water. You drink water, you say, and you started hearing brum, 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 brum. You know that one where you say your stomach is so empty, and you drink like that. And you can hear the water dropping inside your belly. You know that kind of hunger. Then permanent. Something that you have to like psychologically control the pain. Because you have no food to give it. You're like not going to see any. Some of you are listening to me now and kind of wondering, is that possible? Absolutely. It is the kind of hunger that will alter your thoughts. It is the kind of hunger, around that time they say you are not you when you are hungry. Imagine millions of people who are actually going through that, including children. And then you start hearing them speaking out of place. Say, oh yeah, 8 days old pikin must not. Sorry, I want to try and get you the meaning of that. They say in Yoruba land we say, ọmọ ọjọ́ mẹ́jọ ò máa gbọ́dọ̀ yá wèrè bí ò ní tayé nínú. Bí ò ní tayé nínú, bí ò ní tayé nínú. Ọmọ ọjọ́ mẹ́jọ ò máa gbọ́dọ̀ yá wèrè. I will just leave this broadcast quickly and jump out like that guy that will run out from the bathroom with soap and everything on him. The moment he realizes that there is a sound outside, or something like, hey, where is my Egun's car? Because my car will make sound. So if I hear one there, I'll jump out and check the cost. So what that song simply means is that except something is wrong, 8 days old baby, a week old baby, should not go mad, should not run mad. There must be something wrong. And in Nigeria, hunger can start making you to hallucinate. That you'll be like, say, Amayegun, are you okay? I'm okay. Sir, Amayegun show we're okay. Are you all right? Yeah. Can you not see these two guys who are trying to punch me? I say, I don't see any two guys. Oh, Mayegun, are you sure you are okay? I bind you, I lose you, I destroy you. All these evil spirits trying to punch me, all of you, I fight you, I command you. In the name of Kiniko, I'm not mocking you. I have seen it happen. Do you understand? I have seen it. Hunger can alter your brain. A lot of you don't understand that, by the way. That you will not be able to piece anything together. You will not be able to think straight. You will not be able to actually process anything. Because the moment you are trying to kind of figure something out, that stroke of hunger will alter it. And before you know it, the pain, before you kind of come back to yourself, that thought is gone. So ordinarily, I would have expected to see the police to say, okay, a man died in Oshogbo or in Osun State. We don't know what happened to him, but we can't find his bola. So that boy may not killed his father, may not have killed anybody. He may not have done anything, but because he's been thinking about his life at that young age, you need to see how many young people are depressed in Nigeria today before you can understand what I'm telling you right now. You see this poverty they are talking about in Nigeria? A lot of you think it's about the adult, Abi, the older men, fathers, mothers. They are the ones who are affected. Look at he's just lost his job. Oh, he's just kiniko. Do you know the real victims of poverty in Nigeria? They are children. That little boy is a child. Of course, you will say no, he's over 18. Of course, I know. But he's a child. Right? But he's had a thought of what hunger has done to him that he felt like doing money ritual will save him. So if he killed his father, I would love to kind of give that a follow-up. But when I bumped into that video, I wasn't seeing a killer. I didn't see a killer. I was seeing a little boy, disturbed, confused, and need real help. And there are many in Nigeria that nobody is listening to. A lot of them are going to end up walking on the streets with dirty clothes, with overgrown hair. Just call me weary. If you think say I am mad, then I am mad in here. So so that I will stop pretending that I am okay. A lot of them are walking about young people whose parents' poverty has affected them, denied them opportunities, has boxed them into a corner that is beyond them, and they have nobody they are talking to except their own peers, their friends, who mostly will introduce them to what? Drugs, as a way of escaping from their real world frustration, which Nigeria represents. So if you care about Nigeria, these are the thoughts that you should be kind of entertaining. Nigeria needs to have that conversation. You cannot continue to exist like this, living and dying for absolute nothing. Right? No. When I saw that, I was like, well, because ẹni tó bá ti kàn lọ ní ó máa mọ̀. Na he who is na person wey the tail touch better. So thank you so much. If you haven't really liked this broadcast, I had over 3,500 of us on YouTube earlier. Some of you have kind of left, which is all right. But if you haven't really liked this broadcast, I think you should. If you enjoyed this tonight, I am so sorry that even though I was going to take calls, and it would have been a perfect time to take those calls, okay? So I am going to have to see you some other time. I know. Why do you always do that, Mayegun? I just felt like when something is so good, like what we have just done tonight, sometimes we shouldn't kind of water it too much, even though it would have kind of made it bigger when people had their own views. But keep that for another time, okay? Thank you for your time, and thank you for all your support as well, okay? If you've joined us midway, watch this broadcast from the beginning. But if you did join from the start, thank you. I will see you some other time. Until then, good night and stay safe. Odaro.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Mayegun Diary politico. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Presido bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gba rìbá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lérí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.